Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. We have Snow League, I believe, week 1. I might be wrong on that action. As Atrox does coke, the B team for Atrox, the Division 2 and Inferno team, just to use another reference for those of you who understand that, facing off against Calibrate Kings. This is probably a pretty big mismatch considering it's the B team of Atrox against Calibrate Kings, one of the strongest teams in the scene. I mean, if you look at their roster, it's just, there's a lot there. And just to give a bit more substance to that, they have players from Cuecos. They have Manuel and Catorpue. They have players from old Titans and Kings, Daradap. They have One Shot. And then they have some other really strong players. They have Laser as another example. It's a scary team to face. It's not impregnable, though. This isn't necessarily an impossible match for Atrox. I would say, however, that it's going to be a difficult matchup for them. Considering the mismatch here, considering also the fact that they're attacking on Cafe, which is a defender-sided map, the odds are kind of against them here. Bans for Cafe are pretty by the book. You have the Thatcher ban, very classic secondary support. Would not have surprised me to see an ace in that spot. You don't normally see Therm or Maverick in that position, at least not on this map. Jackal ban's very good comfort ban. The Mira, I would dispute. This is a Mira map. This is not the strongest Mira map by a long shot. You'll see her mainly on top floor. You'll see her sometimes on second and first floor. Even then, she's not run all that often, let's be honest. And her holds aren't that great. The default 3 mirrors on this map. I know she only has 2, but I'm gonna give you 3 because teams use a combination of 2 of the 3. Is this cocktail wall facing bar, right here, sort of right by site rotate, facing all the way through to cigar, with the sightline open here, and then washroom into cigar. All of those are pretty easily removed. The washroom and Whitehall ones aren't as easy, I'd say, because they don't have vertical on them. The cocktail one you could literally pop from below. But the Whitehall one you can take out, or at least put very heavy pressure on from that cocktail window there, right by the 5v5 side. And then the washroom Mira, you can at least kill anybody trying to hold it from this window. So it requires you, in order to successfully hold those Miras, you have to really put in some utility, some effort. And I think that the effort is not worth the reward. Anyways, on to the first hold here, the first round, as Peekaboo's already fallen there at the hands of Jiggy Tony. Oddly enough, the Thermite getting the first frag, you wouldn't really expect that here, as this is Atrox, I guess. It's a bit... I suppose the justification is that they're Atrox, it's a very aggressive team. Atrox itself, not Atrox Does Coke, the B team that we're seeing in play here, is a rather aggressive, gun skill-based team. Nothing wrong with that, it's just how they run, as Chiggy Tony will actually get that wall open, and this is a very bakery-concentric push here from the attacking team of Atrox Does Coke. Almost all of their team, actually all of their team is in one room. And Nitro would very quickly put an end to the round, as Tony gets a double kill now into Dara, and cooking is almost clear here. The only exception is One Shot there, still holding down the Fordex. The schizophrenic part in me, he will fall as One Shot gets a kill as well. Zarnak will trade him out there. But the man advantage is still in the hands of Atrox Does Coke here. Zarnak going to take a bit of damage. He tries to take down Catorpue. He will get the kill, and One Shot falls in the hands of Quez. That's the end of the round already, as Quez and the rest of Atrox Does Coke takes a very quick round here. That was surprisingly fast. I don't know why exactly. I think the setup there really did not help Kings. You know, they should have taken advantage of the fact that they were in Bakery, you know, thrown a Nitro or had somebody pressure from Small Bake. But the fact that they had Small Bake, you know, reinforced with the castle and the rotate as though they were going to hold Bakery, but then they didn't put anybody in there, I think was what really messed them up. That or the fact that that Bakery player died so early. And then just the pure strength there of the Atrox push, because it was, you know, they had a man advantage, so they could really throttle the pace. And then they just pushed as hard as they could, and that's what... And then the round there. That they just made a really strong push. So that's all that you really need. It's just a strong, well-executed push, and that's what it was. Who do you think is winning? If I had to bet on a team, I'm going to bet on Kings. I think that was just a poor first round. For both of these teams, they really need that opening frag. And that last round, the opening frag went to Atrox's Coke. So I think that if that continues, there could be a comeback, but I have a feeling that one shot and the rest of Kings is going to bounce back here. So just for a bit of team history, both of these teams, one shot, the current rep of Kings, formerly ran actually Titans alongside Daredap, and I believe Schizophrenic, who we see in the lineup here, is from Kings, so it was part of the merger that occurred in, I believe, April of last year. I might be wrong. Occurred a while ago, so they've been in existence for a while. Atrox recently re-emerged as a team. They had a hiatus there of a couple months, I believe, where I think they got nuked or something, and then they all just disappeared. And recently, within the past few weeks, they've returned, and now they have an A team and a B team as trash and defense will fall. They had Schizophrenic, the Jaeger there on the roam, can actually manage to get a pick, a pretty important pick as well. Stops the Amara from getting any more pressure down, any utility potentially, although the Amaru doesn't really have any utility, which is sort of the problem with that operator, is that if you don't get frags as Amaru, you're a wasted pick. Because you don't bring anything else besides generic value that pretty much any other op could bring. Picaro will take down Peekaboo after Daredap got a frag. Picaro might be looking for another one. He'll rotate away from Small Bake. He's taken enough damage, but he did lower one shot a bit. The Thunderbird that we see in play here from Atrox, from one shot of the rest of Titans. I almost said Atrox just Coke. They don't get the ability to run a Thunderbird. They have the ability to run a Finka, though, which oddly enough they're not running. I guess they don't want the heals. They don't want that effects of that Finka, or they don't need it, rather. But the Thunderbird here is going to provide some good heals, some good relief to players on site of four, Kings, namely Daredap and C's. Took a good amount of damage, and now he's able to overheal thanks to the Thunderbird Kona stations placed early by Catorpue. Players that actually was picked up by the end of No Mercy Cuecos, formerly known as just Team Cuecos. Him and Manuel are both from that team. A couple others that were on that team that I don't think play anymore, actually, which is unfortunate. Daredap going to be holding down the line here on Prep as, again, Bakery push here. A bit more spread out. You know, we have Zarnik pressuring this Whiskey side. He sees one, but crossfired by Catorpue. Good teamwork there from Kings. Earns them an even further man advantage as Daredap will get one. Tony will trade him out. Looks for another one here on the Jaeger. Schizophrenic will get it. The just now. Catorpue one shot, and Tony in a 1v2. He does not have any drones. He has 3 drones left by his teammates, so he really has to just try and win this by winning 2 gunfights, which is not going to be impossible here, but is obviously not a great spot for him to be in. Low time, outnumbered. Has 2 gunfights to win here. Will try and flash. Might actually rotate around. Look for that sightline that was actually used by Catorpue. Took off one of his teammates. He will rotate. Downs one shot. It's a 1v1 now. Looking for the 4th kill. His spot. Almost spots Catorpue. He's going to be hiding. Knows where he is. They both know where they are. Catorpue holds the angle. Looks for the kill. Won't get it just yet. Low time. Tony needs this gunfight right now. Catorpue will just hold. Wait. Swings one last time. Does not get killed, luckily enough. And that's the round there for Kings. Just simply playing passive, playing slow at the end of the round. Earns them an evening of the score here. Back to 1-1 for both sides. Really strong round there for Kings. Obviously it came down to the wire, but up until they came down to the wire, because Tony picked up 3 kills as a hard support, which shouldn't be happening here for Atrox, frankly. You don't really want... It's not a great sign that your hard support is out-fragging the rest of your team by 1 kill. On an unrelated note. if that hadn't happened, that would have been a very easy round there for Kings. They just played smart. You know, they used what they had set up, and that's what earned them the round there. That and winning gunfights, but you could attribute it almost any round to winning gunfights. Top 4 hold here from Calibrate Kings. Roxy decided to run this, but I'm gonna guess, just looking at the lineups of both teams, gonna get some very standard assaults, and nothing wrong with that. You know, the bans here promote pretty much by-the-book play. The Valkyrie band, that 4th band that I didn't mention, is another comfort band, very strong intel operator, so really just classic bands here, and it's going to promote sort of just usual play. Both of these teams are pretty stereotypical, besides the fact that one team has a Therm that has 1 drone and 5 kills in 2 rounds. You know, I'm not too surprised. They're both going to be playing this pretty expectantly. Impact's going out there by Zarnak. He will actually take out some hatches, pardon me. He's gonna start up a very meta push here on top floor. The hatches push, pretty much standard. Nothing wrong with that. It's just what you would expect. So if everything goes to plan for them, they're gonna likely pressure red into Cigar. Big problem with that is going to be Daredab potentially rotating around. He's actually going to rotate away, so there goes the first of those issues. They just now need to take care of anybody playing Cigar. The big problem will be one shot there as the smoke. He's playing a shield. He has a sightline as well to potentially stop anybody playing New Hatch. As you can see now, they'll continue with the next step, which is to get that wall open. I think a bandit trick might have been trying there by Daredab, but was unable to actually get it down. That, or he just didn't have enough time to get those bandits down beforehand. We'll be playing very close by. Spots Jiggy Tony, takes him out. That's 1 kill. Nitro goes out, he'll pick off Quez as well. Will rotate away. What a play there from Daredab, taking down the Iana. Very strong utility, and Intel taking down them off the board, as well as P Carry picking off 1 shot. But the damage has been done here for Atrox. Losing your hard reach, obviously after they got the #1 wall, the most important wall of P Carry will be Nitro. Not finished off just yet, but Nitro there by Katorpoi. And also taking out that Iana, taking out pretty much infinite intel, some very strong assistance for Atrox. In exchange, taking out 30 seconds to push it out, taking out that 1 flare that's really important to hold any side, really, that smoke. As Zarnak gets a double kill, Peekaboo would pick off P Carry, and it's also just trash on defense after Katorpoi stops Zarnak's momentum. He's on the objective here, he does not have the diffuser, and he's again outnumbered here. This is a situation similar to the second round here, it's the last round for Atrox. So you can see, might actually try and rotate around, will get the diffuser, looks for a plant potentially soon. So you can see, Kings actually will pick off Peekaboo, and that's the end of the round. As the Malusian Peekaboo, pardon me, takes down Trash on defense, earns his team another round here, going up 2-1 as they look to potentially finish off a side sweep here. Anyways, on to the 4th round here. We've already passed halfway through this first half, and it's not been terribly long. It's been a very interesting first half so far. From a player playing right next to a wall that was just open because he didn't have enough time, to a Thermite playing entry, and somehow out-fragging most of his team, to setups that look like they deserve a Mira from Kings, to 5-man pushes on a single room. It's been interesting. There have been highs and lows for both teams already. I know I'm saying that a bit prematurely, but it's accurate, let's be honest. That was... those first 2 rounds have been very strange for both teams. Just watching what's occurred. Now we have a reading in Fireplace Hold here from Calibrate Kings. It's pretty predictable. You know, very few teams will go mining in Fireplace. So it's really just going to be up to them to hold this vertical here. That's the usual way teams will hold this objective, is they'll put some castles, they'll put some ADSs, maybe some additional utility above, reinforcements as well, as you can see, and then they just hold that for time. Baja. Or is it Baja? Anyways, they're running this, besides that sideline, which is a bit strange. I'd say it's a bit risky to be playing that. You know, considering after Daredap will actually die there at the hands of Zarnak. One shot here, playing that angle. I feel like it's a bit risky. You know, it's a soft wall directly into their hold. So if, you know, if Zarnak reaches that, if Quez reaches that, that's going to be the end of that hold, because they're giving Atrox away onto the objective. As you can see now, Calibrate going to be holding a bit of a more aggressive hold here. He's taking out drones. He's wasting some good time. He hears and sees the Twitch drone. I don't know if he's going to finish it off. He has to watch out for those open walls, open doors, open windows, open sight lines here. I think he almost spotted another one, but he's going to actually be locked out due to that castle barricade right next to him. I don't know if he's going to actually request that a teammate picks that open for him. Probably should. Peekaboo is going to actually be taken down there by Quez for a 5v3, and this has been so far a really strong attack here for Tony and the rest of Atrox. Let's go 3v3, 2v3, 3k in quick succession, pardon me, not succession. I'm talking about history here. Katorpa looks for the fourth, eventually spots Quez, and that's a quad kill now from the Thunderbird. Might be looking for the fifth one, might be looking for the ace. He's gonna swing, spots Trash, shut down by the Twitch, but 4 kills in a matter of what, 10-15 seconds there. Brings Kings back into a really strong position. They have about a minute left here, just over, and they're in a 2v1. They just need to play for time, waste out the round, and ideally just trade if you have to.
A bomb has been located.
And one shot will pick off Trash. That'll be the end of the round. There is a site sweep, courtesy of, or rather on the back of, Katorpa getting a 3k, a 4k actually, to be more precise, pardon me, in 15 seconds, which is probably the fastest I've seen somebody get that many kills. They're going to get a site sweep. They're now at 3-1. They're guaranteed at least an even split at half. Considering they're on Cafe, that's, I'd say, average to a bit above average, or a bit below average, actually. But still, they're in a really good spot here. They just need to keep the pressure up. They're going to go back to that first site that they are 50-50 on. You know, they won it once, they lost it once, but they're going to look to actually improve to 2-1 here to pick up that win percentage, to think about it that way. And it's very possible. It's really just going to be up to them properly holding the objective, you know, winning these gunfights here, because they don't really run a roam. It's not a big deal on this objective. It's not like you really need a roam. There's plenty of area to cover on the first floor, but there's no roam really. There's short roam technically, but even then, the key for them is going to really be, you know, for Kings to hold what they have set up and what they have made, and for Atrox to get these frags and to really disassemble the hold from Calibrate Kings. The key to them doing that is going to really be pressuring on both sides. You know, the first 2 times they've attacked the site, they really pushed Bakery. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think if they want better success here, they're going to want to take out that CC, that code check. CC, technically the same thing, just not exactly. They're going to really want to take out that code check player as soon as possible. Or at the very least put some substantial pressure on them, because usually that player is expecting to die, to be honest. It's a hard spot to hold for a long period of time. You kind of need additional utility, and it's just a castle barricade, not even an ADS in there. So if they can have Quez open that with an Ash Charge or some other means, then once they just win that gunfight, they've collapsed that one part of the hold. The other thing that they don't have to worry about in the situation is the player over there in Kitchen, which is, pardon me, not Kitchen, Whiskey, which is Peekaboo. He's going to be holding a long angle here onto Small. I haven't seen that one before. Don't know if that's going to really be able to do that much damage here on Atrox's Coke. They haven't really been pushing through the the small bake area. You know, mainly they just use it as a way to rotate. I haven't seen them put a serious amount of pressure here on that side. As Quez is going to push forward here. Going to deal with some resistance from Peekaboo as well. One shot on the castle, as you can see Zarnak put down the Talon H shield. Osa is available to play. A bit strange to see her in, as she hasn't been played terribly much. She's a weird operator because she brings deployables on attack, which isn't something that you normally think to bring on attack, because attack is a more dynamic, let's say, role to play than defense, if you wanted to consider it a role. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And when I mention that, as you can see, Peekaboo going to rotate back, but still having to deal with one shot there on the offside, on the area around the objective. Holding pretty much where Peekaboo was. He's holding it a bit further out, as he should, considering that he has the 1.5. As you can see, Zarnak going to get a frag there. Has taken Harry Potter and might be looking to push forward here, get another kill on a one-shot. Knows one shot's over there, tries to fire his way. Squez will pick off Peekaboo. Holding the angle here, well prone and gets the double kill. As it's up to just Darodap here, and Darodap going to try and hold on the objectives. Katurpo gets the roam kill onto Zarnak. Will confirm that Quez, pardon me, sends out 2 impacts, misses both. Oh no. As it's now a 3v2 pretty much. Still outnumbered here. Daredevil might be looking for another kill. Does not realize there's somebody right next to him. He hears them. Just doesn't know where they are. He's going to clear them out. Takes down B carry in the process. And now it's just trash on defense and Tony. Both in one area. Takes down one, takes down another. That's 4 kills there from Darodap. And my oh my. That was a very quick of events there that leads to a 4-1 now, and a guaranteed round advantage here in the attacking half of Calibrate Kings. As in the final round, there needs to be some sort of, stabilizing really from Atrox as Coke. They've just seeded 4 rounds in a row, including a side sweep. They need to finally get themselves under control, calm down, get the push set, and then win gunfights. The problem is that this isn't a map where you can really get away with all being in the same area. I would say Atrox has not taken advantage of that as well as Kings has. Kings has been spreading themselves out more as well, so it's been less of a potential issue. Atrox has that very first round, the round that they won, they all sat in the same room for a solid more. In that last round, they had 3 players, more than half their team, just by Harry Potter. So if they can spread themselves out, spread their push out a bit, not to the point of, wearing it thin, but spreading it out enough, that's what's going to really matter here.
Bomb located by attackers. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse the bomb.
On to the final round of the first half. A top 3 hold here. Pretty predictably for Calibrate Kings. And last time that they went here, Tony went Fragmite, opened the wall, was the first person to push in, and immediately got killed by Darodap, who was playing Bandit right by the wall that he just opened, for some reason. And then got another Nitro kill off of that before being traded out. And even though they lost one shot as the smoke playing in Cigar, which is where he's playing again, Kings just managed to hold down the objective. They're not going to take a bit of damage there. He's trying to deal with, I believe that's Peek here, actually. Playing that balcony, trying to play that window, as you can tell. Don't know how effective that's going to be, as Peek here will take down Peekaboo. Clearly pretty effective to that, as that also nets them a man count advantage here. The Melusi off the board, not the most impactful kill, but still nice to have a 5v4 from about 40 seconds in, maybe a minute in, depending on how you want to look at it. As you saw Spencer Frenning getting a bit more aggressive there on the cocktail side, as Kings is still running a roamer in a man-down situation. It's Katorpue all the way on the other side of the building, first floor. He's on the right side, I guess, but he's on the first floor. This is the top floor hold. I don't know. Tony will get the wall open, and again, it's looking like he's going to be the first one in here. That's going to bait out a smoke there from One Shot. Wow. Just a drone, and One Shot's already sending out a smoke halfway through the round here. Getting some hard pings there, as you can see, Tony's going to be sort of scoping out the hold here. So that's the second smoke from One Shot, and nobody's even really pressuring that. You could technically say that, oh, the twitch there of Trash is... Not the twitch there, the Sledge and the Ash there of Quez and Zarnak are going to be pressuring that, but I don't know. you can see, One Shot will put down his final smoke of 3. He might actually look to fall back here and hold that washroom angle instead. Say it's smart that they have that. A bit of a crossfire available. They also have the Malusia as a sound cue and some Barb. Not only for a sound cue, but also for that utility burn, potentially. So you can see they're not going to try and push forward here. This might actually swap out with Tony. Why? They have Fragmite again. They're repeating the Fragmite. And they might actually get a kill here. One Shot can take a bit of pressure as Quez will pick off Schizophrenic. And this hold is very quickly collapsing here for Kings. Katorpoy on the area off the objective. Needs to get back soon. Spots one on the hell. That's P-Carry with a double kill now into Katorpoy. Up to just One Shot of Daredap. 2 classics of Kings. Need to somehow hold down the objective long enough. One Shot spots the player over on New Ash. That's Trash. Too late though, as he'll pick off One Shot. Daredap, the last one left. Trading out P-Carry for Trash on defense. Killing him, and that's going to be a 4-2 split here. Above average ending here for Calibrate Kings. And now, looking at the scoreboard at half, 7-5-4-4-3, 9-8-2-2-2. Hi. It's Cernax, yeah, hi. Hi, Cernax. And Woosie, however I'm supposed to pronounce that. But yeah, good first half there for Kings. They got a side sweep. They got the first floor hold. I almost said basement. It's not a basement. There's no basement on this objective. There are surprisingly few maps that have basements. I think I might be wrong on that, but it feels like it, at least. Anyways, on to the next round here, and don't know how this is going to go exactly. For
Defenders, protect your
Atrox Coke, they switched to defense now. They were rather aggressive, I'd say, to the point where it was dangerous on attacks. So I don't know if that's going to translate to a very aggressive hold on the side of defense. You know, if they're going to run 2 roamers, if they're going to try and run 3 roamers, or if they're just going to be playing rather passively, holding angles, waiting it out. But that could very well be the way that they play this. The thing to note here is obviously they still have a good amount of time here to get reinforcements down, but they've spent their entire prep phase, and they still have yet to put down 2 Barb, 3 ADSs, that's all of Jaeger's utility, half of Zarnok's utility as Bandit, half of Trash's utility as Mute, 2 Surya Gates, a bulletproof from him, as well as 7 reinforcements. They have not prepped the site at all. They literally just like set up rotates and set up the main wall, and then they were just like, okay, we're done. Which means that if they don't get reinforcements down, and if the attacking team of Caliber Kings gets there before, then should they try and get reinforcements down, it's gonna be bad news. You know, there's a buck in play. For Pete's sake. There's One Shot in play here as the ace, so they're going to be able to pretty easily get these walls open, assuming that they want to get them. Which they probably do, let's be honest. This is Cafe, it's not Coastline, it's not a map where you can really skip over walls and still have a strong push. The Legion here of PK is roaming a bit far out, but not going to really be that much of a big deal. Zarnok takes down Daredab, removing the Nomad on a lot of active utility as well as Katorpoy will trade him out. Bringing it to a 4v4 now, even number situation. Seems to really give the lead to nobody here, but certainly losing in exchange for 2 Bandit batteries and a Nitro, losing a good amount of your air jabs and a strong support in that Nomad is bad news here. Not to mention the fact that Daredap is one of the 2 top frags here, tied with Katorpoy with 9 kills. The rest of his team have 6 between the combined 3 remaining players, which is bad news halfway through the match. Halfway through what you would consider regulation, if you wanted to be a bit of a stickler for that term. You can see One Shot might be looking to get that wall open. His PK is going to inch forward here. Here's, I think, somebody near Pillar actually spots that IQ there. We'll just let them run past, as he's pretty much right by the Titans, not the Titans, pardon me, the King's Push, formerly known as Titans. One Shot there is the person that he's probably closest to, and if he can get that kill there onto the ace, it's going to be a big impact here, considering that they did manage to get one of the panels down there into backstore, so it could still have a pretty big effect on the round. The other thing is, if PKRE dies here, losing those 2 Legions, losing some Plant Denial, losing some Push Denial, man in the round is not going to help them out at all. Tony will take it down Schizophrenic now, bringing the man advantage back towards Atrox says Coke. Have to see if they can get anything further here. So you can see Trash, and he might actually be looking to lower one shot. He sees him through the drone hole. I don't know if that's going to really help out his teammates at all as he looks to push into our side. We'll fall back as Calibrate gets a double kill. Now he'll push up White, and that's going to be a really important thing to keep in mind here for Atrox. They're now under a good amount of pressure, facing pushes from White and Cigar, immediately taking out the White pushes. Quez, though, swings, takes down Peekaboo. One shot will trade him out, and now it's up to just Calibrate in one shot here. Low time. Trash just needs to hold down the White wall here, really. All that has to happen. Pika going to get a throw from below almost. Calibrate gets a 3K now with one shot to the last one left. Looking at the plan. We need to stick this here. Pika needs to get back on the side very quickly, stop that plan. Sees him, lowers him, I believe, but one shot will stick it even in spite of those shots flying at him. Calibrate going to try and actually burn that. Find the Aruni Surya gate there. One time might rotate around here, rotate to the rappel. Don't know what's going on. I think he might actually be trying to get up on the rooftop. Yep, that's what he's doing, and that's going to really put a dent in the plans of PK. Let's get the defuse down. Willing to try and fight one shot from heaven, keep in mind. After taking down Calibrate, taking a good bit of damage. He's in a 1v1 now. Low time. That's about 10 seconds before he has to get on the diffuser. One shot holding the angle, waiting this out. As PK is going to be trying to push forward. Looks for the diffuser. Has yet to find it. Has yet to find one shot either above. Low time. No time now. The round win will go to one shot, and the rest of Calibrate Kings again. But this one shot does get a bit of a stinger kill there onto PK. Having a bit of salt in the wound as they now move to 5-2. Pardon me, I almost said 6-2. Bit premature for them to be at match point, but they're up by 3 rounds here. Their momentum seems to not cease after losing that round there at the end of the defending half. They seem firing on all cylinders, really. That's making it dangerous now for the defending team of Atrox Just Coke. They need frags here. They need kills. They need to waste the time of Kings. They did a pretty good job there. They brought it down to the last few seconds, but they lost the man advantage. And that's what really hurt them late in the round. Was that they couldn't hold on to the man advantage. They fed, I think, 3 kills, at least 2. To the Calibrate, and that's what brought it down so close to around there.
Deploying ADS. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Anyways, on to the next round, on to the potential penultimate round here. Another top floor assault here for Calibrate Kings. We'll have to see if they can replicate the success that they had last round. They're running a similar lineup. I think they might have actually swapped out Schizophrenic for Yana from somebody else. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me, but looks to be pretty similar hold to last time here from Atrox Just Coke. You know, they're running a meta hold. They're running a meta lineup. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what it is. Now, again, they will set up site here. This time they're going to use almost all their reinforcements. Bit strange how they've reinforced some of these walls. I don't know why they only have that single wall reinforced. Oh, they reinforced on the other side. That explains it. Bit strange for them to reinforce on opposite sides. I guess that was just, you know, how players ran around. As Peekaboo will take down Trash. Nitro gonna go out there. Opens the what? Nobody was on the hatch, Zarnok. Nobody was on that hatch. Just opened it for Kings. So now they don't have to worry about using, you know, even though it wouldn't have mattered, you know, Peekaboo as the sledge has plenty of vertical. I have yet to see a sledge run out of sledge charges or whatever you want to call them, hammer hits. There. I've yet to see a sledge run out of hammer hits. So it wouldn't have really mattered. But still, why are you doing that? It's a waste of a Nitro. It's a waste of plant denial here. It's a waste of giving them a free opportunity there. Actually spots the Legion of PK, who will not even rotate away, really. Just set to hide in the corner. And there we go. Peekaboo gets a double kill. Taking down the Legion is going to even further the advantage and the control that Kings has here. As that's a good amount of push denial, really slowing down Kings taken out, especially considering that it's early enough in the round. That means that a good amount of PKs Legion goo mines either weren't developed yet, if you want to consider it that way, or weren't placed. You think he had 3 in his pockets when he died? Which isn't good. Out of 8, that's almost half of his value. Peekaboo will spot the smoke on the roam. Quez, what are you doing? Schizophrenic takes down Tony. It's up to just him and Zarnok here. As one shot looks for the plant. Zarnok's still pretty much on site here. Spots one on the rappel. That's good Thorapway. There might be looking to actually get a bit aggressive here. Spots one on white. Daredap does fall, however, to Daredap to the Nomad. This is just Quez. And a 1 versus all situation. Off-site, low health. Has full utility, but is in the post plant. Shut down by Schizophrenic for a flawless round here for Calibrate Kings. It's 6-2 now. 4 rounds. The entirety of the run that Calibrate Kings had on their defending half. That 4 rounds streak, that's the entire field of difference here between the two teams. So now if Atrox does Coke, if Atrox's B team wants to go to overtime, they need to win 4 rounds in a row. No room for error here, because Kings is firing on all cylinders. They need to interrupt Kings' momentum. They need to get these kills here. If they can't get the kills, this game's over. They're being out-fragged pretty badly, I believe. Comparing the two teams' amount of kills, which this would be a good time to do that, we have 27 versus 33. 6 kill advantage for Calibrate Kings, 4 round advantage. So these rounds have been seemingly pretty close when it comes to kills. It's just, you know, Atrox is playing it like it's ranked. I mean, you can do that, you know. Well, Arson Militia, back when they existed, I miss those days. I mean, honestly, Atrox Coke is playing it like it's ranked, and it can work. We've seen Arson Militia do that to a great amount of success back when that happened. But in order for it to work, you need to know when to not be aggressive. A prime example is nitroing nothing, having a Legion on the roam, and having smoke off-site. So I feel like Zarnok's given up here, considering the fact that he's literally running Warden. Warden is fun, but not good. I have said this every single day. He's entertaining, sure. If you want to make a joke about it, he has drip, but still. Congrats to Darodap as well as to Cthulhu for both breaking double digits here. Between the two of them, they have almost as many frags as the entirety of Atrox Does Coke, which is kind of a scary thought. You know, all of Atrox Does Coke has, what, 27? They have 21. So, 6 more kills, and they would have as many kills as their entire enemy team. Which is kind of a scary thought, honestly, if you're on Atrox Does Coke, because they're playing this very frag-oriented instead of denying the plant, wasting time. You know, look, in the first 2 attacking rounds here, Kings has gotten the plant every single round. They're not playing to deny the plant here. Right before, they're playing for frags. You can see Quez gonna gun down Schizophrenic, gets a man advantage for the first time in a while for his team. Actually, spot Piku as well. I don't know what you were doing. It's sledging right there. He'll get a double kill thanks to Peekaboo doing that really rash decision making. Daredap, however, will trade him out. Brings it to a 3v3 as he gets a double kill. I feel like they're feeding him kills at this point. 3k from him. Take down Tony. It's just Zarnok and B-Carry. Outnumbered here, having to worry about vertical as well. As you can see, that top floor, you know, fireplace as well as train has been just torn open. I believe both teams actually. As you can see, Zarnok kind of noticed Daredap there. We're in the red hall. One check will potentially get a wall open here. As the entirety of the push from Calibrate Kings has concentrated itself on that red hall into Bakery. As you can see, one shot will just slide towards this opening that I think it was actually made by him. I might be wrong on that. As you can see, just trying to get a frag off of his. Zarnok's playing over in kitchen service. He will fall. Quad kill from Daredab as PK and pick off one shot. It's a double kill, bringing down to a 1v1 the match on the line here against Cthulhu, against the Finka, who will heal up. Might be looking to push now. He has 25 seconds. He still has a good amount of time. He does not have the diffuser, though. He's in a 1v1, doesn't have a whole lot of utility. doesn't have a whole lot of intel. Actually does 5 drones, plus 1 in his pocket, I believe. Spots PKRI, but too late. PKRI gets the headshot, gets the round, keeps the hopes alive for Atrox does Coke here as he picks up a 6-3 now. Still, they're gonna need to side sweep here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from by attackers.
Top floor hold here. This is going to be the really important round for Quez and the rest of Atrox does Coke. They have lost the site twice out of the 3 rounds that they have played on defense. 2 times in a row. They've lost this objective. They need to win the site. This is going to be the bellwether here. I think that this is going to be more difficult for them than the tertiary site second floor will be. You know, one shot on the rest of Titans seem to have their number on this objective. If they want to win this site, they need to take out the window play, because that's been a common thread here for Calibrate Kings in these past 2 rounds that they've attacked on this objective, is them, you know, them going out and playing windows, you know, playing heaven, playing cocktail window, playing white window, playing white hallway window here near washroom. As Quez will fall, and that's immediately a bad start here for Atrox does Coke, losing 3 smokes, 30 seconds of push denial, a man count advantage in 30 seconds with no damage onto Kings. That is terrible news here. That is a terrible opening to the round for the defending team, and the pressure's already on. This is going to make it a really difficult hill for them to climb here. As you can see now, about half the round has elapsed, just under. So we do approach the halfway point here. Kings has the man advantage. They're starting their push up here. It's been a bit. Don't know why they've delayed so much, as they will have to push through those mute jammers set up as Trash will fall for a 3v5, and now it's going to be a matter of time versus man count here for Atrox does Coke. Can they get enough kills? Can they waste enough time to win this round here? It's going to really be important that they win these gunfights, because if they don't, it's going to be the end. That's going to be, you know, it's going to be Kings tucking away Atrox here in a 7-3. If they don't win this round, if they don't win these gunfights, it's going to be really important here that they play the smart. As you can see, PK getting a bit aggressive, spots out the drone, spots one shot, takes him down. That's the diffuser down as well, might having to deal with Peekaboo as well on the red stairs, takes him out for a double kill. Might be looking for the third, potentially. Another player on the roof, that's Schizophrenic as well as Daredab. Schizophrenic as well as Throw actually going to rotate around. Frag going to go out now as he spots that's Daredab spotting one. PK gets a 3k now into Schizophrenic as Zarnok is spotted there, taken down, however. Daredab taken down by Zarnok. The table turning. Throw with the last one left here. 40 seconds left. Atrox just needs to play this slow. They need to wait it out. They need to wait this round. They need to play for time. Because if they don't, they're going to throw this away. I think he got down and then he stimmed himself. He downed himself with his own grenade, which is kind of embarrassing. As PK gets a 4k and the round here. Very quick comeback now for Atrox does Coke. Anyways, 4-6 now. This is going to be a tough round here. Atrox is defending the hardest site to hold on this map. And it's not like this is the finish line that they're almost seeing. They have to win this, and then they have to win first floor again. Which isn't impossible. You know, they want it to start this comeback attempt. But they're going to have to win it again. Kings knows on that site what to expect now. Because if you haven't picked it up yet, Atrox runs pretty standard stuff, and they don't deviate from it very often. If they do, it's not that big of a deviation. It's all pretty expectable, pretty predictable stuff from them. Nothing wrong with that. That's just how it is.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Now, on to the next round. Once more, the final round here is... Kings needs a good push here if they want to put this away. They need to not lose these early gunfights, and they need to not feed multiple kills to the same person here. This is a stronger site for the attack, so it shouldn't be impossible for them to pick up this round. So I'm saying, I just noticed that's an awful lot of utility on one doorway. A castle barricade, a barbed wire, a mute jammer, a Malusi Banshee, and 2 ADSs just to cover a single doorway. Guess they might be a bit concerned about the potential for a very quick push there from Kings, but Kings is not the type to try and push straight through that doorway and look for a smoke plant. Unless they're memeing, which they don't usually meme. Let's be honest here. They're not putting a lot of pressure here from the cocktail window onto the cocktail hold. So Honor takes down Schizophrenic, removing the Twitch, removing some utility denials, some good secondary support as well. Certainly going to put a bit of a dent here in the plans of Kings. Not to mention the fact that they're now at a man-count disadvantage. Still trying to combat this cocktail hold. Even though Quest isn't really fighting back, he's still just wasting time by the fact that they have to push around the area that he's holding. They have to push through that utility. Zonic will fall at the hands of Kotopoy as he is unfortunately stopped at 10 kills. PK as well as at 12. So congrats to him as well for breaking double digits. And as you can tell, it's a very upstairs oriented hold here from Atrox's Coke. I would say there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel that PK might want to return to Cocktail here, considering that there's only one player on the objective. Even though he's holding a pretty important position, there's only one player on the site. Tony wasting some time there, quick peeking, assisted by Quez holding down the white side. They're just going to be looking to waste time here. That's what they're doing best. Daredevil will be down but not out, courtesy of the PK, who will actually impact him. Takes down Daredevil. I believe that might have actually opened up as a side effect. Might have actually opened up the castle barricade. Good Totopoy, thanks to that, will take down Jigitonian. Quez is going to take a bit of damage there. He's looking for potentially another kill here, as you can see. Spot the vertical angle. One shot down, but not out just yet. Don't know if there's going to be a nitro kill. I really doubt it. He seems to be rotating away from where they could potentially nitro him. Speaker is going to look to get the res down. Since he's rotating away from where there's a nitro possibility. As Totopoy is still holding this cocktail balcony, I don't know if that's going to really
Attackers have recovered their
put that much of a problem for PK here. He's just holding. There's low time.
15 seconds
There's
left.
not a lot of room left. Obviously, I have vertical set for Kings, but they need to get on the defective. On the actual site. PK with the 3K. Again, this is another round where he's picked up multiple kills in a short period of time. Looks for the fourth. Denied there by Peekaboo, but the damage was done. It's another round there for the defending team of Atrox's Coke, and a comeback continuing as they get a site sweep, a big morale boost for them. And I'm sure much to the chagrin of Calibrate Kings, they just lent Atrox's Coke, who they, and 8 rounds in, they had them at match point. They just let them site sweep. That is not good here. That is not good. They need to stop the bleeding. They need to stop the momentum of Atrox's Coke. This is their last chance before they have to go and fight again for match point to finally put this match away. But even though this is, at least in Inferno terms, this is a division mismatch, Atrox's Coke is putting up a really, strong fight here. They're not going to go down without, you know, really forcing Kings to put them away.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
First little hold again here from Atrox's Coke, and it's now do or die pretty much. If they don't win this round, it's over. The comeback stops, and Kings gets the win, 7-5. If, however, if they can win this next round here, they go to overtime, and they have their first actual shot at winning this match, at getting match point, at finally putting it away with a very nice comeback win. Not to pass that by, and
Attackers must locate and defuse
it's gonna really just come down to the frags. I feel. Can Quez and the rest of Atrox's Coke get the opening frag? That's the first question. Second question: can Kings avoid giving PKRE 3 kills in a round? Keep in mind, before this round here, at the start of round 9, let's just put it like that, or at the end of round 9, PKRE had 8 kills. In the past 2 rounds, he's gotten a 4K and a 3K. He has 15 now. He's the top frag in the lobby tied with Daredap, just because they gave him that many kills in that short period of time. And that relates into another big question here for both teams, really. Can Kings push with enough time? Can they not dilly-dally so much that they end up feeding PKRE kills as a result? Can PKRE and the rest of Atrox's Coke waste enough time to where they end up getting free kills, like we saw at the end there of that last round? Because I think, frankly, that if there was enough time there for Kings, they would not have fed 3 kills to PKRE playing Pillar, which, keep in mind, is a pretty hard spot to hold, so credit to him. At the same time, you shouldn't be feeding half your team to a single guy. Quez will fall there at the hands of Daredap, the Nomad, the soft support. 16 kills for his team. And this seemed to be the match where supports get a lot of kills, as man advantage now favoring Kings. They're going to look to potentially keep pressure up here. They have a sledge, so they're just going to put some nitros down. Actually, Zarnok going to blast away Peekaboo. Welcome to Team Rocket, to make a quick pop culture reference. And it's back to a 4v4 here. Both teams are spotting of even numbers. You know, Zarnok going to keep it even here. Going to keep it still a tangible overtime for his team. Katorpa going to take the whiskey side, taking restaurant. Might actually get a kill as soon as he's going to potentially need to deal with somebody playing over in small bake there. Daredap gets a double kill on Chikitoni. PKRE will rotate away. Spotted him, Katorpa, but not long enough to get an actual, or to cause his death, really. Nitro goes out there from Trash on defense. 3K from Daredap on the vertical. They're not dealing with him at all. They're just letting him play the sledge hole. And that's... They gave him 2 kills there. They gave him maybe even 3. Bad news here. Bad news, Bears. They gave 3 kills to the Nomad. Trash will take down Schizophrenic, potentially slow down the roll here of Kings. Takes off the player on the actual objective. Still wasting some time. 15 seconds left. This is going to be the most important of the match here for Zarnok and Trash on defense. Zarnok going to lay down some fire there. Needs to worry about the ace hole that's been set up by One Shot. He'll get the double kill. Takes down One Shot. Daredap still has the diffuser. Quad kill. Looks for the ace. He'll look for the plant, actually. Katorpa going to try and take down Zarnok. Low time. Katorpa with 13 kills. Zarnok with 12. Daredap with 19 now. Looking for the 20 bomb potentially. Katorpa will get the final kill. Secures the game. Just in the nick of time. 7-5. Kings over Atrox's Coke. 12-10, 15-10, 7-9, 6-9, 4-9, 19-9, 14-7, 4-9, 6-9, 4-10. Congrats to Daredap for nearly a 20 bomb. My oh my. What a comeback there.
GG's.
Hey boys, that was my bad. I played like so bad.
It's good, it's good.
It was my second
Fucking
game.
awful.
Too,
I'm going back to Apex. I feel comfortable.
so.
Alright, see you guys.
See you guys.
That's it.